And right off the bat, you can see I've got 180 food, 130 stamina, and 115 health. Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over in Ark Survival Ascended, and I wanted to show you how to make some of the best custom recipes that you can, especially early game, and it's going to help you out an insane amount. So basically all you need access to is a cooking pot, some notes, and then some of the resources in order to actually make this happen. So if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. I'm getting close to 100K, and that's been my dream all along. So what we're going to do is pretty simple. We're going to mind wipe our character. Yes, we do want to do this. And then we're going to go ahead and also take a focal chili, because you can make much better recipes by increasing your crafting skill, and it's going to give you a massive boost in the actual output of the recipe. Now, what's the point of a recipe in this game, right? For those of you that are new, a recipe is something that you can make and basically replicate it in order to get insane stat boosts out of it, whether that's increasing your health, increasing your stamina, increasing your water or food. You can essentially make just about anything you want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss in a note, right? So in order to do this, we put in a note, and then we take a resource that we want. Now I'm going to give you my favorite one in the entire game right up front, and then I'll show you some other cool hacks that you can do with it. But we're going to go ahead and say, hey, I want this right here, right? So we're going to disable autocraft, and then once we click the disable autocraft button, it's actually hidden there, and you can see we're able to make a recipe. Now, what you want to do, not drink. If we're using meat, we want to do food. It doesn't matter how you color it. I like to mess with it a little bit just to make a gross looking, I don't know, Sammy. Yeah, gross looking, right? We're going to call it the Teaches Sammy. Why not, right? Super yummy. Make that recipe. Now, with only 10 raw meat, what we were able to do with Teaches Sammy is you get a boost of 105 health, 143 food, right? Now, that's instantly going to fill your food bar and boost your health as well. Now, it's also going to give you a small stamina boost, right? So right off the bat, it's an 11.4 crafting skill. That's a huge boost, and this is on 1x official, by the way, so that is pretty useful in order to have something like that. Now, if you were to take this and you could mass produce it and use it as your food for the rest of the time in game, you could toss it over in your industrial cooker and then leave enable craft on and just toss a ton of meat in here, and all of a sudden you have yourself an unlimited supply of meat. Now, let's say you also want to make a drink because you're running low on whatever it is you're running low on, right? I'm going to go ahead and show you another one. So if I use berries, this can be any berry, by the way. It's not a specific berry. You can use any of them. They all give you the exact same. Technically, crops are better, but they can be harder to get. So sometimes berries are the best thing that you can do. We're going to go ahead and make a drink now because we have berries, which are going to give us water in there. And we're just going to make another cool looking, disgusting pot of death, right? So there we go. And then that's it. And then we're going to go and click make recipe. So with only 10 berries, what I can now do is if I put 10 berries in there, I have 25 water and then 10 health and 10 stamina. So you can see that if I was to multiply that by 4, that's a guaranteed way to get 100% of my water back. So if I put 40 berries of any type in there, I'm going to get my water back to full. Now, again, I can put this over here and I'll be like, cool, I'll toss it in there. Whenever I toss in my cyan berries, it's going to give me that much stuff out of it. Now, what you can also do is kind of mess with this a little bit. So I'm going to show you a few things. So you can actually take it. So I can put some stem berries in there as well. I'm going to put 10 stem berries in here. And you can start to give yourself other boosts inside of your food, right? So I'm going to go ahead and look at my food now. Where did that recipe go? Right here. You can see that I've got 129 stamina, 20 health, and 72 food now. We're actually starting to multiply what we're getting out of this. So not only is our new sandwich going to give us stamina, food, and health out of it, but we are getting extra bonuses, right? Like, because we're able to do this over time. So we can, I'm just going to make another one and show you what it looks like in the drink version. Boom. And the drink version is going to be focused on water, but just so you can see, we got 130 stamina, negative 200 water, and then 20 health. So what you want to avoid using is putting stem berries inside of your drinks because you're going to lose water. However, if you put stem berries inside of your food, you're going to gain stamina out of it. Look at that, 130, right? It's a much reduced weight as well, so that's pretty useful. You can stack as much as you want in there. And these are numbers that are super useful. 130 stamina plus 72 food and 20 health is a big difference. So now what we can do is we can kind of take all of those simple things that we just had right there, and we can make ourselves a super recipe, right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you because this is my favorite thing to do. So we're going to go ahead and pop the cyan berries out. I'm going to take the stem berries. I'm going to put in raw meat, right? Now, again, the point of this isn't you could make something with thousands of raw meat and thousands of stem berry and have insane food, but that's not our goal right now. Our goal is to actually get something that's reasonable and cheap to make. So 10 stem berries and 10 raw meat, and we are going to have access to a very, very useful food, right? This is, again, a super easy one to build, and you can make it look whatever you want to call it. We're just going to do this, right? And boom. We're going to call it the superfood. Superfood. Just like this, make that recipe. And right off the bat, you can see I've got 180 food, 130 stamina, and 115 health. And all I used was 10 raw meat and 10 stem berries. So this is literally how you make yourselves a superfood, right? Now I can leave this in there, and I'm just going to show you one last thing that I like to add. This is harder to get, obviously, but if you have honey inside of your stuff here, let's go ahead and, where is my honey here? Is it gone? What? Did I lose my honey command? I may have lost my honey command. That's sad. But if you add honey to this mix, by the way, what it's going to do is actually give you the ability to change how things work a little bit. Now, we're only going to add one, but I'm going to go ahead and right-click, split one, and then we should be able to go ahead and toss one honey in there. So we have stem berries, raw meat, and honey. I want to show you what this does because it's kind of cool. All right, we're going to leave it in the food, right? And then check this out. So if I go to that special recipe we just made, we have 198 food, so almost 200 food, 130 stamina, and 125 health. So that honey makes a big difference inside of the food. Now, when it comes to actually making a drink as well, we're going to go ahead and put the honey in as a drink just to show you the actual value of, what the heck? Excuse me, is it not going to work? Does it not take it anymore? Where'd it go? No, it's working. It's just I have to put in one more ingredient. Okay, I'm just stupid. Let's go ahead and just use a Meganberry, right? Let's split a specific number 10 here. And click OK. Meganberry. Oh, I put the blueprint for the note in there. That's why I was like, what the heck? All right, we're going to enable the craft, and then we're going to click on drink. We're just going to show you what the value of honey is inside of this. That's the one. You can see that water has almost nothing, but it does increase your health. So the overall value, in order to make a super recipe, what you want to do is use this combo right here. So this is the easiest one, right? And this is a small boost, but if you want to add just a little bit more, it's not a major difference. But having a superfood like this one right here is going to give you 180 food, 115 health, and 130 stamina right off the bat, and you need almost no resources for it. So that is how you make recipes. Yeah, super easy, not very difficult at all. And yeah, it's what I would aim for. A lot of people make it super complicated, and they're like, I'm going to add 10 of this, 4 of this, 7 of this, blah, 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 blah. Don't do that. Make it nice, even numbers, and make it so when you put stuff in there, it auto crafts without having to remember a whole bunch of ingredients. So the ideal situation is 2. I have 2 ingredients in this, and then in this one, I've only got 1, but you can see that I've got water access. And then I've also got access to this one right here, which is pretty good. So really you would have 40 berries for your water, and that's all you would need. And you'd be just fine with that. And then you want 10 meat and 10 stem berries, and that'll give you stamina and food. So hopefully this video helps you out. If you don't mind, again, smack that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm. And then if you want to consider subbing to the channel, that would be awesome. I'm getting super close to that 100K. Hopefully I'll have it pretty soon, and then what I just said right there will be redundant because I'll be more than that, and I'll be shooting for my next goal. I don't know what that is yet, but I'm shooting for it. So hopefully this video helps you out, and other than that, that is the best way to make recipes. Teach. Out.